Let me ask you something. When was the last time you bought something you didn't really need, but convinced yourself you deserved it? Be honest. Was it a reward, a relief, or just a momentary escape from the noise of your own worries? We live in a world where more has become the measure of success. More gadgets, more clothes, more subscriptions, more pressure. But here's the truth. No one wants to admit, the more we buy, the emptier we often feel. And while we're chasing the next thing, our peace, our savings, our freedom are quietly slipping away. This video isn't just another lecture on saving money. It's a wake-up call, a rebellion against the system that wants you to stay distracted, indebted, and dependent. If you've ever felt like you're working harder but never getting ahead, if your paycheck disappears before the month even begins, if you've ever thought, why am I still not free? Then you're exactly where you need to be. Because today, we start a movement, not just for money, but for peace. If you believe you deserve better, if you're ready to take back control of your finances and your future, type this in the comments right now. I deserve financial peace. Let's make it more than a phrase. Let's make it a declaration, a stand against the noise, a turning point in your financial story. And before we dive into the first truth, before we break down how to truly escape the trap of endless consumption, make sure you like this video, subscribe, follow, and turn on notifications, because what you're about to hear may just change the way you see money forever. Now, let's begin. Let's uncover the first truth about why we keep buying more, even when we know it's costing us our freedom. Let's be honest. Most of us don't buy because we need something. We buy because for a moment it makes us feel something. That rush you get after clicking add to cart, that's not happiness. That's dopamine. Your brain's chemical illusion of reward. It whispers, you did something good. But it's a lie. A temporary high designed to keep you coming back for more. You see, the system isn't built for your freedom. It's built for your attention. And your attention is for sale. Every ad, every influencer, every limited time offer is engineered to make you feel incomplete, so you keep spending to fill the void. But here's the cruel truth. No product can heal what's emotional. No purchase can buy peace of mind. And the more you chase that feeling, the further peace slips away. You're not weak for wanting nice things. You're human. We all crave validation. We all want to feel enough. But when we tie our self-worth to what we own, we become slaves to the next purchase. The world tells you, buy this and you'll be respected. Wear this and you'll belong. But what it doesn't tell you is that the people selling you those dreams already know the truth. That real power isn't in spending, it's in self-control. Every time you say no to something you don't need, you're not depriving yourself. You're reclaiming yourself. You're buying back your focus, your savings, your peace. So here's my challenge to you. Starting today, the next time you feel that urge to spend, pause and ask, what am I really trying to buy? The product or the feeling? You'll be shocked how often the answer is the feeling. And when you begin to see through that illusion, you'll start to see money for what it truly is. Not a tool for consumption, but a weapon for freedom. Now that you understand the psychology, let's talk about where this desire really comes from. Not from within you, but from the world that taught you to crave more. Let's move to the next truth, the cultural lie that keeps you broke. From the moment you were born, you've been told a story written by marketers, corporations, and a culture addicted to appearances. It goes something like this. If you buy more, you'll be happier. If you own more, you'll be respected. If you look rich, you are rich. But here's the truth that breaks the spell. You've been sold a lifestyle, not a life. A brand, not an identity. A fantasy, paid for by your future. You see, the world doesn't want you financially free. It wants you comfortable enough to keep spending, but never so free that you stop depending. Because if you ever stop to think, if you ever questioned why you want what you want, you might realize most of your desires weren't even yours to begin with. Social media has turned comparison into a sport. Every scroll whispers, you're behind, and every ad follows up with, here's how to catch up. Buy this, But behind those highlight reels are maxed out cards, empty savings and quiet anxiety. People smiling on camera while drowning in debt off screen. We've mistaken luxury for success and debt for ambition. We're wearing our financial chains like designer jewelry, and we're too distracted to notice. You are not your car. You are not your phone. You are not your wardrobe. You are your choices. And every purchase is a vote for the kind of life you want to live. So let me ask you, are you voting for freedom or for approval? The moment you stop buying to impress people who don't even notice you, that's the moment your financial healing begins. Because wealth isn't about looking rich. It's about being calm, confident, and in control. That's real luxury. So here's your declaration today. You don't need to keep up. You don't need to prove anything. You just need to wake up. The system profits when you stay asleep. But freedom begins the moment you say, I'm done chasing fake wealth. Now that we've torn apart the cultural lie, it's time to face the real cost of it all. Every "I deserve it" moment comes with a price. Not just in dollars, but in peace. We don't realize it, but every impulse purchase, every unnecessary upgrade, every treat-yourself moment is a quiet withdrawal from your future. We don't just pay with money, we pay with time, stress, and freedom. You see, debt isn't just numbers on a screen. It's a promise, a piece of your tomorrow sold for a moment today. And every time you say yes to something you don't need, you're silently saying no to something your future self will need desperately. The vacation that could have been a safety net, the outfit that could have been an investment, the gadget that could have been a gateway to peace of mind. And here's the cruel cycle most people never escape. We work harder to buy more. We buy more to feel better. But the more we buy, the more we owe. And the more we owe, the harder we have to work. That's not progress. That's modern slavery with better packaging. You don't notice it happening at first. The small loans, the monthly plans, the just one more purchases. But over time you start to feel it, that quiet exhaustion of living paycheck to paycheck, of constantly running but never arriving. You tell yourself it's normal, everyone's doing it. But since when did normal become broken? The real tragedy isn't just the money lost, it's the dreams delayed, the businesses never started, the skills never learned, the freedom never tasted, because the money was already gone before it even arrived. This is the hidden cost of always wanting more. You trade what you could become for what you can consume. Every unnecessary purchase is a thief, stealing your options, your peace, your time. And the most dangerous part, you don't even feel it leaving until you look up one day and realize you've built a life that looks full, but feels empty. But here's the good news. The moment you become aware of this trap, you've already started to escape it. Because awareness is the seed of change. You can't outwork this system by earning more. You outsmart it by wanting less. So before we go further, ask yourself this: what has my wanting more really cost me? And then remind yourself, you don't have to keep paying that price. Because the next step isn't about loss, it's about liberation. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt light? Not physically, but mentally. When was the last time your space, your schedule, your mind felt free? Because here's a truth most people never realize. Sometimes peace doesn't come from adding more. It comes from removing what doesn't matter. We've been taught to chase abundance, but abundance without clarity becomes chaos. We chase more clothes, more gadgets, more subscriptions, but at the end of the day, all that more becomes mental clutter. The more we own, the more owns us. Minimalism isn't about living with nothing. It's about living without noise. Real wealth isn't a mansion filled with things. It's a life filled with meaning. It's waking up without anxiety. It's having time to think, to breathe, to dream. It's freedom, not from work, but from waste. Minimalism isn't a punishment. It's a strategy. It's choosing clarity over clutter, purpose over possessions. Camera moves closer, tone becomes more passionate. You don't need to own everything to feel successful. You need to own yourself. The world celebrates people who buy more, but true success belongs to those who can walk away from distractions, from fake status, from unnecessary weight. Because here's the paradox. When you stop chasing everything, you start attracting what really matters. Every time you say no to something that doesn't serve you, you're saying yes to peace. Every item you let go of, every toxic habit you release, is space for something greater to enter your life. Time, focus, creativity, love. This isn't about minimalism as an aesthetic. It's minimalism as a mindset, a financial and emotional detox. Because when you live with less, you start to notice the small things again. A sunrise, a deep breath, a quiet moment of gratitude. That's wealth. Not the number in your account, but the calm in your heart. So here's your challenge. Spend 1 week removing one thing, physical, emotional, or financial, that no longer brings you peace. You'll be amazed how heavy you've been carrying things that don't matter. And once you let go, you'll realize you weren't losing, you were gaining space for freedom. Is in finances. Now that we've redefined what real wealth feels like, it's time to go deeper, to learn how to reprogram the mind that keeps pulling us back to the trap. Most of us were never taught how to handle our emotions, so we learn to spend them. When we feel stressed, we scroll. When we feel lonely, we order. When we feel small, we buy something that makes us look bigger. But here's the truth. Most people never face. Every unhealed emotion eventually shows up as an expense. You can't fix sadness with a sale. You can't buy confidence in a cart. And no delivery box ever contained the peace you're searching for. Because the problem isn't the money, it's the meaning you've attached to it. We've turned spending into a form of self-soothing, but every emotional purchase is like putting a bandage on a wound that needs stitches. It covers the pain, but never heals it. So what do we do instead? We detox, not just from spending, but from the stories behind it. The story that says, I'm only valuable if I look successful. The story that whispers, I'll be happy when I have more. The story that convinces you your worth is measured in likes, labels, and luxury. It's time to rewrite that story. Here's how the detox begins. Awareness before action. Before you buy anything, pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? If it's boredom, stress, or insecurity, no purchase can fix that. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is the antidote to emotional spending. When you focus on what you already have, the urge to chase what's missing begins to fade. Use the 24-hour rule. When you want to buy something, wait a day. If you still want it tomorrow, it's probably a need. If you forget about it, it was just emotion in disguise. You see, money doesn't just reveal your habits, it reveals your heart. And until you heal the part of you that feels not enough, you'll keep trying to spend your way to self-worth. But when you start choosing peace over impulse, you begin to experience something most people never feel: control. And that control, that calm, is where real wealth begins. Because the richest person in the room isn't the one who can buy anything, it's the one who doesn't need to. So here's your next challenge. The next time you feel the urge to buy something, don't open your wallet, open your awareness. Write down what you feel, name it, then choose to sit with it instead of spending through it. That's not weakness, that's mastery. And once you start mastering your emotions, you'll notice your money and your life begin to obey you. Now that you've begun to detox emotionally, it's time to build a system that supports your new mindset, a structure that makes freedom automatic. Awareness is powerful, but awareness without a plan is just good intention. You don't escape financial chaos through motivation. You escape through systems, because discipline fades. But systems, they protect you even when your emotions don't. The truth is, most people don't have a money problem. They have a structure problem. So let's build your structure, your freedom system. Step 1, automate your freedom. Every time you get paid, pay your freedom first. Set an automatic transfer, even a small one, that goes straight into savings or investments before you spend a single cent. If you wait to save what's left, there will never be anything left. You don't save from leftovers, you save from priority. Make freedom your first expense. Step 2, audit your spending, ruthlessly. Once a month, sit down and ask yourself, what did I buy that brought me peace, and what brought me nothing? Cancel what drains you. Cut what doesn't serve you. Keep only what adds real value to your life. Every cancelled subscription, every removed expense is a silent raise. You're not losing money, you're reclaiming it. Step 3. Replace buying with building. Every time you feel the urge to buy something new, ask, what could I build with this money instead? A business, a skill, an investment, a future. Because while consumers spend, creators grow. When you stop buying for comfort and start building for freedom, that's when you shift from survival to sovereignty. Step 4. Define your enough. The reason most people never feel rich is because they never decide what enough looks like. Without that definition, more will always be the enemy of peace. So define it. Your ideal life, your comfort level, your freedom point. Once you hit it, stop chasing, start living. This is the secret of every financially free person. They don't have more discipline, they have fewer decisions to make. Automation removes temptation, structure replaces stress, and peace becomes predictable. You don't need to be perfect. You just need a system that protects your priorities when your emotions waver, because the goal isn't to make money, it's to make money make sense. So here's your next step. Spend this week building your freedom system. Automate your savings, cancel your clutter, and create one small stream that grows without your permission. It doesn't have to be big, it just has to begin, because this isn't just about managing money, it's about owning your life. And once you take control of that, you'll understand what the new rich truly looks like. Once upon a time, rich meant luxury cars, big houses, and diamond watches. Today the definition is changing, because people are starting to wake up. They're realizing that real wealth isn't about owning more things. It's about owning yourself. The new rich don't measure success by the size of their house, but by how much peace lives inside it. They don't chase brands, they chase balance. They don't crave attention, they crave time. They don't need to impress anyone, because they finally impressed themselves. That's the new status symbol. Peace, purpose, presence. The old rich said, I want more money. The new rich say, I want more freedom. Freedom to wake up when you're done sleeping. Freedom to work on what you love. Freedom to say no, not because you're broke, but because you're in control. Think about it. What's the point of earning 6 figures if your schedule owns you, your bills drain you, and your peace is rented by the hour? The world taught us to chase the illusion of success, but the new rich are chasing substance. They'd rather have a small house with calm mornings than a mansion full of arguments. They'd rather have a quiet meal with family than a loud dinner with strangers trying to look wealthy. So here's your challenge. Stop asking, how can I buy more? Start asking, how can I live more? Because when you simplify your life, your mind expands. When you stop running, your peace catches up. And when you stop proving, you start becoming. The new rich understand this simple truth. Freedom isn't found in luxury, it's found in alignment, when what you do, what you own, and who you are all move in the same direction. That's the real upgrade. Not your phone, not your car, your mindset. You've seen the truth. You've broken the illusion. Now it's time to make it real. All right, you've seen the truth. You've felt the trap. Now it's time to break it. Because knowledge without action changes nothing. Freedom is not a feeling, it's a decision. So I'm inviting you to take part in something bigger. A global movement I'm calling the Liberation Challenge. Here's how it works. For the next 30 days, you're going to do 3 simple things, but they'll transform your relationship with money forever. Step 1. The no-buy reset. For 30 days, no emotional spending, no impulse buys, no just this once moments. Ask yourself before every purchase, will this make me free or keep me trapped? If it doesn't serve your peace, it doesn't deserve your paycheck. Step 2. The Wealth Journal. Every morning, write down 2 things. 1 thing you didn't spend on today. 1 thing you're grateful you already have. This rewires your brain from I need more to I already have enough to build from. Gratitude is the seed of wealth. and journaling waters it daily. Step 3. The Freedom Fund. Open a new savings account. Name it Freedom. Doesn't matter if you start with $5 or $500. What matters is that every week you deposit something into it. Because the first step to financial independence is proving to yourself that you can save even when it's hard. That fund isn't just money, it's a declaration, a reminder that you're no longer living to consume, you're living to create. Do these 3 things for 30 days, and watch how your mind shifts. You'll start seeing ads differently. You'll feel less envy, more clarity. You'll look at your bank balance, and instead of stress, you'll feel power. Because you're not being pulled by the world anymore, you're leading yourself. So remember this, breaking free from endless consumption isn't about depriving yourself, it's about reclaiming yourself. When you stop chasing what you don't need, you finally make room for what truly matters: peace, purpose, and freedom. Because in the end, wealth isn't what's in your wallet, it's what's in your mind. So join the movement, type it proudly in the comments. I deserve financial peace. And if this message spoke to you, hit that like, subscribe, follow, and share it with someone who's ready to escape the trap too. Because together, we're not just changing how we spend money, we're changing how we live.